Shalom, peace, facing east towards Jerusalem, which should I say Rashalam, Kol Halal, Yahweh, Basham, Yahushai, Basham, Urcha, Adash. All praise Yahweh in the name of Yahushai, in the name of Holy Spirit. Given the bonus to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, as well as honor to the men under the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. Peace to the chosen Israelites. So, pretty much like the first 5 minutes is this woman, ebony woman, this woman with brown skin, particularly dark brown skin, speaking. I know someone wants to say silver black, but I'd rather say ebony. This ebony lady was speaking. She's saying, oh, the Negroes, the African Americans are the true chosen tribes of Israel, the children of Israel. I mean, it's not just them, there are other Israelites, like the so-called Mexicans, the so-called Puerto Ricans, the so-called natives, Seminole Indians. Come on, Israelites outside of Babylon the Great. Babylon the Great is America, if you don't know. I'm just going to get this in the Bible. Jeremiah 12:9 to start with. Mine heritage ought to be a speckled bird. The heritage of the God of Bible, the God of Israel, are the Israelites. Jeremiah 12:9. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The speckled bird comes in many different skin colours, and the Israelites come in many different skin colours. They come in different skin colours, all sorts of skin colours and hair textures. The birds round about against that being the other 17 nations. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. The Most High set up the other nations against the Israelites. Let me also get the precept for Jeremiah 12:9. You can get Joel 3:1-2. Joel 3:1-2. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, the valley of Yahweh's judgment, that being the Levant, which is in the Middle East, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have spread among the nations of part of my land. So from Joel 3:1-2, you learn that the Lord's heritage and people are the Israelites. So it says in Jeremiah 12:9, my heritage ought to be a speckled bird. The people of Israel, the Israelites, is unto the God of Israel as a speckled bird. A bird that comes in many different colours. The birds round about that are against you, come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. We mentioned the Israelites being scattered. You can go back to the curses, Deuteronomy 28:64. To get 28. Well, I prefer to type it in, it's faster. Scroll down. This is one of the curses, Deuteronomy 28. If the Israelites broke the law of the God of Israel, Yahweh. Deuteronomy 28:64. And Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood of stone. Jeremiah 7. The Jews in Jerusalem during the time Yahushua was in the form of servant, preaching and teaching the scriptures, they understood that there were Jews, the Israelites scattered among the foreign nations. John 7:35. John 7:35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? When you look at the dispersed among the Gentiles, dispersed among the natural foreigners are the Israelite foreigners, and the Israelite foreigners are the unnatural foreigners, the unnatural Gentiles. There's two types of Gentiles, technically three, two referring to Israelites. I've done a video on it. Logan, I'll leave the video in the description box, the link to the video in the description box. Diaspora, scattering, dispersion, and spreading of someone, of Israelites dispersed among the foreign nations, of the Christians scattered abroad among the Gentiles. Christians was all a reference to Israelites that followed Yahushua, that believed in Yahushua. Mashiachim is what would be in Hebrew. Scattering of Israelites. James and Peter, these were apostles. They understood and knew that there were Israelites scattered among the foreign nations. I get the start of James chapter 1 verse 1. James, the servant of God and of the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Guess what, guys? Same Greek word here. Diaspora.
Strong's G1290. Diaspora. Diaspora.
Scattering, dispersion, Israelites. This is talking about spreading and scattering of Israelites. Peter. 1 Peter, chapter 1, verse 1. Peter, an apostle of Yahushua HaMashiach, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. Verse 2. Elect according to the foreknowledge of God the Father, through sanctification of the Spirit, unto obedience which bringeth of the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach. Grace unto you, and peace be multiplied. Strangers there is a reference to Israelites. Peter wrote this letter to the Israelites scattered throughout those places: Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. Again, when you look at the word scattered, diaspora, it's talking about Israelites scattered throughout those lands, throughout those foreign lands. They were places outside of the land of Israel. But yeah. I mean, you can always go into the Apocrypha. You can go into the prophecies and the Messiah gathering his elect from the four winds. For example, you can go to Tobit chapter 13. Tobit 13. 1 through 3. Then Tobit wrote a prayer rejoicing and said, Blessed be God that liveth forever, and blessed be his kingdom, for he doth scourge and hath mercy. He leadeth down to hell, and bringeth up again. Hell, there is the grave, and bringeth up again. Neither is there any that can avoid his hand. Confessing before the Gentiles, the children of Israel being scattered also among them. See, there are multiple types of Gentiles. In the context of being saved, it's talking about Israelites. And just to show you a prophecy of the Messiah gathering his elect, which are known as the Israel of God, based in Galatians 6:16. I'm going to go off topic on it. If we keep talking, I'm going to end up talking about the elect and all those stuff, which I've gone into details many times. Past anyway. Matthew 24, as you see, where it says the glorious return, gives you cross-responding scriptures in Mark as well as Luke. Mark 13:24 through 27, and Luke chapter 21, verses 25 to 28. Matthew 24:29-31. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars of heaven shall be and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And there shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet. And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the one end of heaven to the other. The four winds are talking about four cardinal corners of the earth, from the north, east, south, west of the earth. You can also get Isaiah 11. Isaiah 11. The restored remnant, which talk about the elect being gathered and saved. Isaiah 11 through 12. And it shall come to pass in that day, the day that the Messiah comes back, to judge and make war in righteousness, and mightily save his elect, wheresoever they be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And it shall come to pass in that day, that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left, and then gives you names of different landmasters, from Assyria, from Egypt, Mizraim, that's what Egypt is, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed in Judah from the four corners of the earth, the north, east, south, west of the earth. Matthew 24, 29 to 31, verse 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Now, it's been shown that Jeremiah 12:9 and Joel 3:1-2, that the Israelites are the Lord's people and heritage, and they come in different skin colors, hair textures. They're not all so-called black. For example, the northern kingdom is typically a light shade of brown. Hosea, let me just get Hosea. Hosea 4. Talks about Ephraim there. No, I'm not looking for that. Okay. Hosea 7:8. Ephraim, among the people who have mixed himself, Ephraim hath been a cake unturned. A cake unturned is more pale in its complexion, and the Ephraimites are a lighter shade of brown, typically speaking, when you look at the northern kingdom, like the Native Americans, Seminole Indians, the Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, Mexicans, and so on, compared to, say, the West Indies, Haitians, so-called Negroes. You look at the skin comparison. Basically, the southern kingdom is on average darker than the northern kingdom by a considerable amount. And so even among the northern kingdom and southern kingdom, there's a difference in skin complexion on average. And then also consider the fact that Israelites have been scattered among the foreign nations, and over time, those of them scattered among the foreign nations would have taken on the look of those foreign nations. Like Israelites scattered among the Arabians, the Ishmaelites in Arabian lands would look like Ishmaelites. Israelites scattered among the Moabites, so-called Chinese, would look so-called Chinese, and so on. So you can't just go off outward appearances. You could just say, try the spirits to see. And let me just get it. Well, let me just get this instead. The Spirit himself doth testify with our spirit that we are the children of God, and if children, also heirs, heirs indeed of God, and heirs together of Hamashiach, if indeed we suffer together, that we may also be glorified together. First John 4, test the spirits, beloved, every spirit believe not, but prove the spirits if of God they are, because many false prophets have gone forth to the world. In this ye know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that doth confess Yahushua Mashiach in the flesh have become of God, it is. But every spirit that doth not confess Yahushua Mashiach in the flesh have become of God, it is not. And that it is of the anti-Mashiach, which you have heard that it doth come, and now in the world it is already. Oh, and the scriptures also talk about there being many anti-Mashiachs. anyone against the Messiah